What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. BLN437 here, and today we are going to go over Game 4 of the World Series, and let's just get straight into it. The freaking Dodgers they showed up late in the game. They came out struggling in the early portions of the game, and they really didn't start getting going, in my opinion, until about the 7th inning when they did score that run to tie the game, which was the Forsythe base hit that drove in a run. But other than that, they were cold. Charlie Morton was just controlling this game. And so was Alex Wood. Alex Wood pitched a great game. He went 5 2/3 innings without giving up a hit. And then he finally gave up that huge hit to George Springer, who's come alive here in the World Series. Which I said that was going to be huge. And that was going to be a key for the Astros if they wanted to win the series. Now, in my video yesterday, I said that the Dodgers were in a disadvantage due to the fact that they used their bullpen last night heavily to try to get that win. And, or not to get the win, but to at least keep the game within reach. Now, I looked wrong. Or at least I was proven wrong here tonight with the way that they performed. Alex Wood, he went 5 2/3, but you had Brandon Moore who came in for 1 1/3 inning. You had Watson who came in for an inning, and then Kenley came in. And Kenley Jansen, I know that some people might be concerned about him getting hit once again, because he gave up a home run to Bregman. I'm not really too worried about it. You're pitching with the lead, a huge lead with that. I'm not really worried about laying a fastball or laying a cutter or laying any type of pitch in there. It's all about trying to get the win. If you give up a home run here or a hit there, it's whatever. You have a 5-run lead. You're just trying to get outs. And that was the key. That was the huge key for the Astros here. I mean, for the Dodgers, not the Astros. And they were able to do it. They had great pitching. Once again, the bullpen showed up, pitched well, and did what they have to do. As for Houston, the inning got away from them when they brought in Giles. They brought in Giles, and Giles just couldn't keep them down. He came in for that 9th inning, and they just struggled. I mean, you look at Charlie Morton's outing. He went 6 1/3 inning. He gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 7 Ks. Then they brought in Harris, who walked. Or not, I'm sorry, he didn't walk, but he got 2 outs. And then he got out of the inning. Then you brought in Davinsky. And when you brought in Davinsky, he struck out 1 and he pitched great. So he's kind of come alive in this series. It was not until they brought in Giles and they brought in Musgrove that this game completely turn in a different direction. I mean, Giles gave up that huge 3-run home run to Jock Peterson. And man, when you like I said, you can't afford to have that happened to you. And I'm sorry, it wasn't I don't believe it was Giles that gave up the 3-run home run. It was Musgrove that gave up the 3-run home run to Jock Peterson. Giles gave up the double, and then Musgrove came into the game, and Musgrove just couldn't get any outs either. And he gave up a couple of runs that were charged to Giles, but then he gave up that 3-run home run. And man, yeah, in the bottom of the 9th, you just saw the bullpen blow it. Now, I hate when people say, "Oh, you don't bring your closer in a non-closing situation." Listen, it's the top of the 9th inning. You have a tie game. I have seen some of the best closers in the world over the past 10 years, 15 years, if that, close games or at least keep the game tied. You bring in your closer at home in a tied game to keep the game tied at either 1-1 or 2-1. You don't waver from it. You don't go and deviate from the plan and try to bring in somebody else, especially when you have the bullpen that the Astros have. The Astros have a bullpen in which you only really have 3 good arms out of that pen, which is Peacock, Davinsky, and Giles. Yeah, you can try to mix and match with whoever you have, but to keep the game within 1 run, you trust your closer, you trust your big guy. Now, whether AJ Hinch still has trust in his guy after this outing, listen, I didn't think he had trust in Springer. I thought he was going to drop Springer down in the lineup. He did not. Do I think he's going to take Giles out of his 9th inning role? No, I don't. I think he's going to stick with Giles, and I think that's how it's going to stay. And that's just how it's going to be. I mean, like I said, the way that they needed to win this series was they needed to win 1 game in which they didn't have Verlander and Keuchel, and hope that Keuchel can win them. The combination of Keuchel and Verlander can win them 3 games. They did get that 1 win from that 1 guy. Now, whether Keuchel and Verlander will show up tonight/tomorrow night remains to be seen. We are going to go to LA. We are going to see a Game 6 in LA. Will that Game 6 be a closeout game for LA? or will it be a closeout game for Houston? Remains to be seen tonight. I personally believe that LA will take this game. Houston will win the Verlander game again in Game 6, and then we're going to get a Game 7, and anything obviously goes in a Game 7. But that's just, I mean, you look at this ninth inning. Yeah, it's a huge no-no for Giles. He gave up a double after he gave up 2 walks, I believe, to Seager and Turner. And that's just a huge no-no. You can't have that happen. That's not how you start off an inning. Obviously, you want to take your guy out if you're Houston, but you have nobody else in your pen that can take that you can take out to do the job that Giles is supposed to do. And I'm sorry, he gave up a hit and a walk in that sequence, and that's really it, man. I mean, you got to credit, but you also got to credit this Dodgers lineup. This Dodger lineup isn't something that is just an easy thing to do. You saw Cody Bellinger show up tonight. He finally showed up in his World Series after going 0 for 4. He got 2 hits. You saw Seager get a hit here that was big. Taylor in that ninth inning was huge as well. So they got what they needed, especially Jock being, clutch on the DH spot in the ninth inning. They got their hitting, and they got their hitting in the later portions of the game. If you're Houston, you want to come into this game, like I've said previously, having the lead. If you don't have the lead going into the 5th inning, you're not going to win these games. These games are going to be hard to win. They're going to be games that you're going to have to try to honestly hit some of their best guys out of their bullpen. And I think we should all admit that Brandon Morrow is an emerging star out of the pen. His role is going to be coming off the pen. Tony Watson is Tony Watson. Yeah, he had a down year in when he started off with the Pirates, and he got better as the year went by and the second half. So I should say he had a bad first, not a bad year, but a bad first half, and then a decent second half. And Kenley, like I said, he was just pitching with the lead, a huge lead at that, and he gave up a homer. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, you don't want to see your closer get rocked or get at least homered off of twice in just 2 games that he's appeared in, or 2 games in a row that he's appeared in. But he's dominant, man. He's the Kenley Jansen, and if this game was 4-2 or 3-1, he's not making that mistake. Or 3-2. I mean, he's not making that mistake. So it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about Giles and how much faith AJ Hinch has in Giles. Is Giles going to be the guy that you close with? I mean, you have to think so. Just because, like I said, he has nobody else in that pen that's an emerging star out of, maybe Peacock is an emerging star out of the pen. I don't want to say that he is, because, one great outing out of the pen doesn't make you an emerging star. You have to show that you can do it consistently. Could he have done a better job? Could he, if he had saved Peacock for this game, been able to get, the same result that he got in Game 3? Maybe not. I don't know. All I know is that in order for the Astros to win this game, they're going to need Keuchel and Verlander to win pretty much tonight and tomorrow. I mean, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. You need 3 wins from the combination of Keuchel, Verlander. And he's going up against one of the best pitchers in baseball, in Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw had a great Game 1 of this World Series. So the key really tomorrow is going to be not to let Kershaw get in a rhythm. If Kershaw gets going early and settles into this ball game, it might be game over. It might be game over by the 5th or 6th inning. This Dodger bullpen will come in. Don't know if it is going to be able to come in this early, though, because, like I said, they have been taxed the past 2 games. So maybe this is going to be the start where Kershaw has to go into the 7th and into the 8th inning. Everybody knows about Kershaw's postseason woes when it comes to pitching in the 7th inning. He gets rocked in the 7th inning. That's just because I believe it's just fatigue. And really, the 7th inning numbers, the ERA numbers for him in the 7th inning came from that Cardinals game where the Cardinals rocked him for 7 to 8 runs, I believe it was. So I don't think that that's necessarily fair to use that 7th inning stat on Kershaw. He's too dominant. I think this is going to be a game where he's going to go 6-7 innings, maybe a little bit more. Maybe he'll get them 8. And if they need to go to Jansen for 2 innings, then they'll go for Jansen for 2 innings. Whether they want to do that after what happened last time out, I don't know. I personally think that Dave Robertson's going to trust Jansen to go two innings. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll give the ball to a Zingrani or a Watson once again like he did tonight. Or maybe he goes with somebody else out of the pen. I don't know who he's going to go out of the pen with, but maybe he has somebody else in store for us tonight. But really, like I said, honestly, what the Astros now have to do is the Astros got to try to win tonight, win tomorrow, and they're going to have to find out whether they really trust Ken Giles or not, because Ken Giles right now has been costing them this World Series, so to speak. I mean, he struggled in his last outing, struggled in this outing, and he did struggle in the championship series a bit. Even though he was good in moments in the championship series, he did struggle. So we'll see. This is going to be an interesting Game 5. This Game 5 is going to be a must-win for the Astros, I would say, because I don't believe that even if the Dodgers were to go down 3-2 in this series, that they're afraid of. I don't think they're honestly afraid of winning against Verlander or trying to win against Verlander. I think that they think they can do it. And honestly, in Game 7, they're going to be set for the long haul. They have the pen that can go long into that game, that can give them the innings that they need if a certain starter were to struggle in the second, third, or maybe fourth inning. Whereas the Astros don't. If the Astros don't get somebody to pitch at least the 3 to 4 innings that they need, so that way they can possibly bring in a McCullers or bring in a Peacock or whatever, that series in Game 7 is done for them. So we'll see. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be an interesting series. We're going to see how everything goes from here. I'm very interested in seeing how the Astros are going to respond after getting destroyed in that 9th inning. I want to see how Ken Giles responds, if he's going to get another chance in this series to pitch, and if he is, is he going to be pitching in the 9th inning? Like I said, I personally believe that he will. AJ Hinch is not wavered when it comes to trusting his guys. He believes that his guys can do the job, so we'll see if he continues with that. And that's pretty much it. Corey Bellinger, like I said, he had a great game. You guys know already who are the key components to keeping this series at bay for either team. You have Seager, who needs to hit. You have Bellinger, who needs to hit. Taylor, Turner. If those guys hit and continue to hit, this series is obviously going to favor LA. As for Houston, if you think about what they need to do, it's obviously Springer, Correa, Altuve, Marwin Gonzalez has now been a key part to their offense. And Julius Gurriel, who, yes, I do believe he deserves to be suspended, but that's another topic for another day. He didn't get suspended. It's just ridiculous. If baseball was going to punish him, then punish him. If you were going to come out here and say you're going to talk to the guy, you're going to do this, and you're going to give him this type of punishment, or he's going to have to deal with some type of, consequences, give him the consequence or don't at all, because giving him suspension in the regular season for next season means nothing at this point. But anyways, like I said, I'm not going to get into that. That's just, it is what it is. He needs to show up, though. He's really only had maybe 2 or 3 hits in this series, one of them being that huge home run off of Darvish, which jump-started the Astros offense last night, and that's it. So that's really what the Astros need. The Astros need those guys to step up. They didn't really do so tonight, other than Springer, and if they can get that, they can win this series, and that's it. So if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like down below, comment as well, let me know what you guys think, and if you are new, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.